All right, hello everybody, and welcome back. It's Tuesday, February 24th, 2026, 1 o'clock Central Time. This is the Indoor Farmer Reviews. We'll be right back after about 5 minutes of a little intro song. Give me some time to hit the like button, share it out with some friends. If you could help me out with that, I do appreciate it. Share it out with all your friends. And we'll be right back. We've got a bunch of stuff to do and an interview to play you today from a guest that I had on a Rumble Premium exclusive stream, and we're going to replay it today, like a week later. So you get that, privilege of the premium if you watch it, if you want to watch it live. So anyway, we'll be right back. 5 minutes, guys. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, episode 168. Let's review.
Inside most days, grow lights on and low, tending rows of green beneath that artificial glow. But once a week he breaks out, camera in his hand, hits the streets and back roads of this forgotten land. Small shops pop up, markets, voices loud and proud. He's chasing stories no algorithm ever found. He's trading solitude for the roar of the crowd. Gonna bring it all back home somehow. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, rolling out to see what's new. From the booth to the screen, he's bringing it to you. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, faces you might never meet, places you might never reach, right from your seat. Yeah, the Indoor Farmer Reviews. Local brewers, candle makers, farmers selling jars, artists with their tables underneath the open stars. Wayland walks the aisles, asks the questions we'd ask too. Snaps the shots, records the laughs, keeps the moment true. For the ones who can't get out of wheels or walls of pain, he opens up the window, lets the world roll in again. He's living for the ones who stay behind, showing them the world is still kind. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, rolling out to see what's new. From the booth to the screen, he's bringing it to you. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, faces you might never meet, places you might never reach, right from your seat. Yeah, the Indoor Farmer Reviews. He started just to get some air, escape the grow room walls. Now every mile he drives becomes a bridge for all. One man, one lens, one live stream glow, turning strangers into friends we'll never know. Thursday night, the chat lights up, the community tunes in. Waylon's back behind the lights, wearing that tired grin. Replays every highlight, tells the tales he found, while the world spins out. Small dreams getting bigger with every view. That's what the indoor farmer came to do. The indoor farmer reviews, rolling out to see what's new. From the booth to the screen, he's bringing it to you. The indoor farmer reviews, voices rising through the feed, giving everyone a chance to feel the streets. Yeah, the indoor farmer reviews. The indoor farmer reviews. We're all right here with you.
All right, we are back. We're back. Review. I meant to get to this. Number 168. This is going to be a little bit of a different style, a little different show today. There's some. I'll explain here in a second. Here, 24th, 2026. All right, let's get it going. We've got a new friend, a guest I had on that I haven't talked to before, and so we did this at his convenience in the evening. So what I did was we went ahead and streamed it live on Rumble Premium. And so what we're going to do is we're going to replay that here in a little bit. I had a couple things we're going to do first. I want to show you guys some wonderfulness that I just got. We're going to microscope it. I mean, dabs don't look as fun under the microscopes, but it still looks fun. And it's got like two chambers in it. So we're going to check out both things. There's a sugar and then like a batter. And this came from Whole Melt Extracts. Whole Melt Extracts. I don't know anything about them. You can comment below if you heard about them. But let's see. It's also sour mango and Hawaiian runts are the two flavors. It looks like. Let's see. Sour mango is the sugar. Hawaiian runts is the batter. So let's check that out real quick a little bit here while we get some friends in the house, while we get some shares out, and we can have a little dab, and then we're gonna check out our new friend Eric from Buttheadz Soil, and also on Facebook you can join the Buttheadz grower. Man, now I'm gonna brain fart. It was like grower social, Buttheadz grower community. Oh man. Now I'm gonna look it up because I gotta. Oh hey, there's Buttheadz. They do have a page. Couldn't find it on my page. Interesting. Let's see if I can. Well, no, I can't tag them that way. Let's see. I'll try to tag them, but I believe. Hey, Master Rochi in the house. Hey, Master Rochi, how you doing? I'll switch to my profile real quick and go. Try to tag Butthead since I just followed him. Master Rochi had Eric on recently, and Eric is going to talk about this event that he has coming up. He's doing this in Missouri. Forget the name of the festival exactly, but Cannabis Festival, of course, with music and all the other good stuff. There it is, Buttheadz tag. I should try and tag him in the post. How about we do that real quick, because I did share it on my profile. Let's see if I can tag him. Let's see, guest Erick Englehart with at Buttheadz at butt. Okay, cool. All right, cool. That just gets them a little bit of connection there, and we're back. All right, who's with me? Who's with me? Let me see some dancing bananas and hashtags and all the things. Let's get excited because it's actually a pretty good conversation. I completely meant to go like about a half hour with them. I thought, yeah, I don't want to bore them, or there's no comments, and we're just going to be chatting. We went over an hour, you guys, having a conversation about all kinds of things. So we're going to enjoy that. I'm gonna stay here with you. I'm not going to be on screen at that point. I think it would just confuse things. I tried that before and had an interview. I played an interview while I was also on screen, and it just kind of makes things confusing. So I'll be in the backstage and then in the chat, chatting it up with you guys here shortly. I want to pull up this microscope first. Let's go. Let's scoop. Let's scoop it out. Why don't we? Okay, lights on. Let's see if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to. Ooh, sugar. You're looking sugary. Let's see. If I can get it. There we go. Oh, there we go. What's up, Cullen? Kyle, Master Rochi shared it out. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. And my sponsor, one of our awesome game night sponsors, MasterRochi'sGarden.com. And then there's the butter. There's the butter. Not really a huge reason to show you that, but I guess, I don't know. You can tell. You can tell it looks like butter. That's the consistency difference. A lot of non-cannabis users don't realize like there's a lot of nuance in so many different things. There's the sugar. What was that flavor again? It was sour mango. Sour mango. Let's see a vote in the chat. Who thinks I should do a dab of the sour mango, and who thinks I should do a dab of the Hawaiian runts to get this party started? Now, like I said, Eric he owns a soil company, and they have a grow community that's not specifically for cannabis. They actually do a bunch of other things. We're going to get into it. You'll be able to hear him talk about it. But this event that he's doing coming up is a cannabis event. So we partook during the show. If you want to, I think what I'll do is I'll try to keep up with myself. I'll smoke every time I smoke. Wait, you get the drift. You get the drift. Let me shut this off. It ruined my awesome facial expressions during that silly little banter. Okay. Quickly, we're going to do this. We're going to do the number spin, and we're going to get people on the door prize for today. Okay, number spin. We'll check that real fast. Allow. Refresh. Let's see if anyone's added in here. Ronaldo, number 9, and Alice, number 10. Okay, cool. Get that out of the way quickly. Ronaldo, number 9. Keep tagging and sharing, you guys. If we can get up to, 30 people in here, I'll increase the door prize. How about that? Alice, number 10. I've been thinking about a giveaway for reaching 5K. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm close on the Facebook page. So if you would like to help me out, feel free to invite some friends to follow the page. We're getting close, within 300. So almost 200, 250, less than 250 now, I think. Okay, get ready for our first play of Groundwork. Oh, that's right, Groundwork. That's what we found last time. Let me mute this because I want to really fully appreciate Groundwork here as we spin this wheel. As we spin the number wheel, folks. We're about to spin the number wheel. If you haven't done so yet, go sign up and become a subscriber. Join the community. All right, Jess. Any opinions on what I should try first? Let's see, the sour mango. Thank you, Jess. That's kind of what I want. Oh, the mix. Oh, Cullen got me with the mix. Oh, no. Oh, no. That is... Oh, that was loud. A 9. Number 9. Number 9. Okay, let's see if we can after spin. Oh yeah, it's up there. A little loud on the after spin. And the before spin is just a little loud as well. We can do that. Okay, who was number 9? I just wrote it. 505, Mr. Ronaldo. Congrats, brother. Congrats. And today's door prize is brought to you by the letter. I don't know. I hadn't thought of the letter before I started saying that. The letter W. Today's door prize is brought to you by the hashtag WTIF. How about that? That's not a bad way to say it. All right, we've got to push the play on this music again because anyway, we're going to do the door prize again later on after the interview portion that I play. But we're going to get you started on the wheel now. So we got Margaret, we got Jess. I'll read some comments here in a little bit. Kyle, we got. I know we saw Master Rochi, although I'm sure he's not worried too much about it. Cullen, we got you. We got you. We got you, and then we got Ty. I'm not here anyway. Happy. Link me up if you want some company. Oh, okay. Ty, I probably wouldn't be able to do that today, at least until later. And by that time, it's probably going to be towards the end of the show. So, unfortunately, today is going to be the first indoor farmer one-on-one behind the Rumble paywall, the premium paywall. Okay, Kayla on the Facebook, Kayla on the Rumble, Margaret on the Rumble, and that's it. Kayla and Margaret so far on the Rumble. Rumblers, where are we at today? Jess over on the YouTube. Let's go. Okay, that's a good start. Now, I believe this is it. Oh no, that's today. This is it here. Okay. I got it. That'll be ready for a few minutes from now. We're going to do a dab first with you guys, live and in person, in the flesh today. And then we're going to watch this little interview. I thought it was pretty fun. Got to know a new person. I didn't know him previously, never seen him around in other groups and stuff. So it's funny to see that we think we have such a connection, you know. And really, you just know a few thousand people on the internet, and there's billions of people out here, right? A lot of people out there, a lot of people peopling, you know? Okay. Cullen, against my better judgment, I took your advice, and I decided to go ahead and do a little bit of a mix. I'll be chonging on this for the next 10 minutes probably after I get it heated up. Holy cow. It just, it lasts for a long time when you do a cold start and you have this heat sand in here. The heat sand, and it's like, oh man, this is just still good 5 minutes from now. Keep hitting it. Keep going. So I was at the gym today, guys, and oh man, I forgot what I was even going to tell you guys about that. I had something I was going to tell you all that was so profound, you know. At the gym, what did I do at the gym? I did some exercise. Oh, I was listening to Joe Rogan. That's right. And he was talking about how kettlebells are better for you than doing like bench press. Working with kettlebells, kind of like full body sort of exercise versus an isolated muscle group. When you get on a machine, I've been doing a lot of machine exercise with all these pulleys and stuff. And you're very controlled, you know. You don't have a lot of need for your stabilizer muscles and stuff. And so I think I get where he's coming from, and I'm gonna start. I think they do have kettlebells there too. We'll have to check it out. All right, here we go. She's ripping and roaring already. Here we go. Cheers, everybody! Hit that like button and enjoy this interview that we have with Mr. Erick. Englehart. I'll just stay in the corner here for a few minutes until it gets going as I smoke this dab. That's the end of the show. Let's go all the way back here. We'll shut the music off, and here we go. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever episode of the Indoor Farmer One-on-One. Now, a lot of you have seen enough of the show. You've seen me do lots of one-on-one interviews, but we're doing this a little differently now. We have a guest, our first guest for this segment, this little different change for how we're going to do things. We're going to actually switch this to Rumble Premium. Actually, let's see if I can do it yet. There it goes. So in 30 seconds, the Rumble will switch over to Rumble Premium, and you'll get some exclusive content behind the scenes. And then we will play this live on the Indoor Farmer Reviews next week. So you'll be able to see it later. But for now, we do have a guest with us tonight, Mr. Erick Englehart with Buttheadz.
Hey, what's up?
Buttheadz.
Buttheadz here.
Yeah, Buttheadz. We're gonna have to get into that, but since it's our first time chatting, we got to go through we got to do all the boring stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But Erick, I just want to first shout out to Mama Rochi. She hooked us up and said, hey, Erick would be a good guest, and they had you on at some point, and yeah, so always down to help out, people that are connected to people that I already, are already my people. And so they told me about an event that you have coming up, so we're going to talk about that. Of course, we want to get the promotion out there, and but just talk about you in general. Like, I don't think I've ever really crossed paths with you in the community, so it is what it is. And you know what? We're going to partake as we chill, because this is a 420 centric type of a show, and today we're Rumble Premium members. Let's see if you got anybody to come into the Rumble Premium and chat with us. We'll see how that works out. But so Erick, you're in the Facebook, you're in the community. I'm surprised I haven't seen you. Like, do you have a group on Facebook or anything? It started there, I guess.
Yeah, so we have Buttheadz, and we have the Buttheadz Growers Club. That's
I
on
see.
too. And we lately we've been getting banned on Facebook, so a lot of our stuff
That's right.
getting blocked. So that's what's made that a little harder on Facebook. But yeah, we're on there.
You did tell me that, and so that leads me to why we're even here on Rumble. It's like, hey, go where you're wanted, I guess, or you don't stay where you're clearly unwanted. And it's funny because I believe that's some of my problem in the Facebook algorithm, is because I'm outspoken about it during my live stream. I'm telling people on Facebook to come over to these other other sites, like, hey, come join us on these other places where they actually allow freedom of speech and stuff like that. Anyway, so I guess some boring questions. What part of the country are you in? You don't have to give me the the real down and dirty, but like kind of what state maybe.
Yeah, so we're in Missouri, so southern Missouri.
Okay.
Near a town. It's called Cape Girardeau. It's got a lot of history from back in like the day, like Ulysses S. Grant. He was like stationed here for a while, and it's kind of some cool history there. But we're probably about 2 hours south of St. Louis, more in the Boot Hill area. Missouri?
Missouri. I've been going to Missouri a lot more lately with all the different events happening and stuff like that, cannabis events, and it seems like they did it. They did it a little bit better than Illinois for sure, at the very least. I don't know how much you get into all the. I mean, you clearly would have to get into some of the laws and some of the news and keep up with the stuff happening right now and the different proposals and this bill
Oh
and that
yeah.
bill. And man, it just probably gets mind boggling because half of the. Uh, sorry guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to share this in directly so that I can still open the wheels. Brave tab. Let's see. Here it is. That way I can still open the door prize wheel and add people on it while the video is playing. Whoops. I just unshared it. There we go. Those things don't actually end up happening. They get proposed or they get, talked about for a while or whatever. Anyway, so back to you though. So you're from Mo. You're not too far away from me, actually. We'll probably have to find ourselves at the same event at some point in the near future. Um, I think it's really cool to be able to mingle across states like that because because the border, between these two states that are legal. I don't know. There's probably other states like that. Can't think of any other good examples of states that are legal that are next to each other. Does Missouri border
Yeah,
any other?
maybe up north, maybe like
Mm,
Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, or something,
yeah,
or
I don't
Maryland. I
know.
think Maryland and Pennsylvania both are legal.
Okay, yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, I believe both of those are legal. But
Are you
it's pretty
from?
cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was just
I
gonna say,
mean,
are you from Missouri? Is that like where you grew up, kind of?
yeah. So I grew up
Okay.
here in outside of Cape Girardeau, here in Jackson, Missouri, and I went to high school here. And this area is really interesting when it comes to cannabis. How hard the stigma is pushed,
Mm,
and especially down here in the South. And when you look at the maps of states that have went legal for cannabis, you notice that this area here, Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas, Kansas, those areas they aren't very cannabis friendly. So the stigma is definitely something that this part of Missouri for sure we've had to battle.
do you think it's mostly religion, or is it mostly just the general stigma that was sort of ingrained in everybody for the last 50 years or
I,
more?
honestly, I think it's really based around the stigma. I mean, religion wise, I mean, there's nothing really in religion that says that cannabis necessarily is bad. I mean, it depends on your view and perspective of it. Cannabis itself,
Sure.
is medicine. That's why they have medical cannabis. I mean, it's been proven time and time again the benefits of cannabis, for all kinds of ailments, from someone being sick to someone having trauma. And I think that Missouri has recognized that as a state, and that's pretty progressive of them that they've voted that in and made that state recreationally legal. But I think they've noticed a lot of positive changes from that.
Oh, for sure. And I think at least the people, I think it boils down to a couple things. I mean, you can talk about the legislation all day long, but if the people who are in that state, and we know there are people that move to these states when they go legal, but the people who are in that state, if they don't step up and hold up sort of, I don't want to say their end of the bargain per se, but like the states choosing to go ahead and pass any state law that legalizes cannabis anyway, but then the people like ruining that by I don't know, you know what I'm saying, like by uh, doing things that would otherwise be damaging to like the state's reputation, and
Yeah.
that's like adding other drugs into the mix. A lot of these rings that were found, I think I heard a bunch of them from Colorado, but I know there's some other ones that of people that are growing excess in that state and then transporting it all over the country, and these different things getting caught and then being traced back to like Colorado in that instance. The states, they're not they don't want to look bad. Who wants to look bad, right? So I
Well,
think I
that's
think Missouri has done well as far as you guys being the residents to show that it can be, it can be done in a good way. I don't know. There are words that I can't quite come up with, but yes, I think that's close enough to what I was thinking. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, absolutely. I mean, that's definitely the same idea I have about the stigma. It's just
Yeah.
you're you have bad apples that do things, whatever, do things with the wrong way with something, and people that are anti-cannabis, they use that with the stigma that's already
Hmm.
out there to just explode it. Just like the whole, I don't know, a little while back, you heard people getting sick from smoking too much.
Vomiting.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've talked about it a few times. Go ahead.
and I mean, the likelihood of that happening, it's so rare. People don't even realize how rare it is. And then you look at the situation, like how much more likely are you to get liver problems from drinking,
Hmm.
or smoking cigarettes? How much likely are you to have lung problems from smoking cigarettes? Cannabis has such less negative side effects compared to
Hmm.
those other things that are legal and people do them every day.
Yeah, like a stark difference, like just such an obvious. Like if you had a scale with the two weights. I don't forget what the old school scale is called, but it would just be hilariously lopsided on one side if you had the number of cannabis injuries versus. But back to the scromiting though, we've looked into it a bunch, and um, basically, it's tied to all these products that are being made around cannabis, not necessarily cannabis itself, not just flower. It's being tied to things like the vape pens and edibles that are not dosed correctly and stuff like that. And there's a bunch of things that it's tied to that have really nothing to do with cannabis itself. It has to do with the handling and production of it, or not production, but the processing of it later. And I'm going to do a dab here, Eric. Tell me, tell me about Buttheads. Is it a company or is it just a group? Like, what's going on? Cheers.
So, Buttheads to me is more of a brand, I guess. It's a multitude of things. So we make our own soil, the Buttheads Living Soil. It's something we've been doing for quite a while now. We started out when we started making it. I used to make it in a
Right.
tub behind the store, and I'd mix different items into it, my own special mix that I grew in. That just works because a lot of times when you buy soil from the store, you're having to add things. You're having to, oh, I got to get this, I got to get worm castings, I got to get peat moss, I got to get this, that, and the other. And whenever I started making the soil, I was like, I just want to be ready for somebody. Whenever they open that bag, they can grow in it. They don't have to add anything to it. And it'd be simple and organic too. You don't have to have so many synthetic things in your soil. That's not good for the environment. You can't reuse the soil properly because of the synthetic things in it. And that's when we started doing our soil.
So that's interesting because I know that you don't necessarily want the same soil if you're starting seedling versus like a clone, right? Or am I wrong about that for your brand?
So honestly, be able to be the same soil no matter what you do in it. I mean, think about outside. If we plant in the ground in earth outside, you don't get to replace that soil. That's the soil you have, and you can amend it and you can do things to it to make it better. And that's the whole purpose of the soil. You want it to be great from start to finish. The way we make our soil is a lot different than a lot of other places because our soil is made with natural organic compost. The compost, we age it for 3 years. And that's how we've learned to get the best microbial and beneficial life out of the soil, plus feeding the plant. And the other thing that we get from the compost is just the pure nutrition that you get from an organic soil. And the soil isn't that hot because the soil is made from a natural compost, and we use our patented cocoa core in it. And that
That's what I was gonna get to is the how hot it is, and then
yeah,
yeah,
and that
okay.
breaks it down enough that it's not hot for a seedling or a clone. You could grow from start to finish in the same pot. And
Hmm.
some people, transplanting is a really stressful situation when you're growing. Going from a pot to another pot, disturbing the roots, you can lose a plant. A plant can die just from that shock. So for beginners, especially, we want to keep it simple, but
Hmm.
this gives somebody a good platform they can build off of if they want to add other things to their soil.
I'm sure you could still use it if you're planning to transplant as well. I mean,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. We've started seedlings with it.
So that's what, yeah. I mean, that's really the key because I think there are some soils, we won't name them, but that might be a little too hot for smaller plants
Oh
for
yeah, burn
seedlings.
them. Yeah, fry them like fry
Yeah,
them like the sun.
and it's crazy because they don't really like there's not like a recipe list. I mean, I guess maybe there is on the back, but it's not super easy to tell, until you just kind of trial and error, or you have friends that tell you some good soil. But yeah, no, that's cool that
Sorry,
you started making your own.
I had to plug my charger up.
It's
My bad.
okay, no problem at all. We are we're behind the paywall in the Rumble Premium. Some a lot of other podcasts they'll do a what they call an after show because it seamlessly transfers. Like I can while I'm live publicly to all the sites, I can click a button and it will switch it to just this what we are here, so they can say, okay, this show's over, but then the after show starts right now over on the Rumble Premium. But
That's cool.
we're not gonna speak like that we're on the after show because this is gonna get played publicly later next week. So that's the only downfall. Otherwise, we could play some music. We could do whatever we want. Okay. Speaking of music, though, let's get into this festival
Yeah.
because I want to know some background, like how many years have you done it, like that kind of thing. Like how long is this?
So the festival is something else that I'm also very excited about. So that's tied into another part of our Buttheadz brand. And the whole brand of Buttheadz is to be organic, to help people, to keep it simple, to make things better. And we use everything that's made like in our soil is all organic and recycled. And we also believe in that in the community. So the festival is a fundraiser for the Buttheads Growers Club. They're a 501c3
Oh,
nonprofit
nice.
that builds community gardens and maintains them in communities in areas across towns. And that builds food and helps feed people and also helps teach people how to grow their own. There's so many people that come to the gardens, from students to Boy Scouts to just people in the community, and they're learning about gardening. And the best part about it is we are the Buttheads Growers Club. Our brand is 420 friendly. We definitely are cannabis growers. A lot of the people that are growing these garden vegetables for these communities are cannabis growers, and some people were arrested for cannabis and had been released for that do help out in the garden. And that's something to think about too. That's somebody you thought was a criminal, a horrible person, that he went to jail for having some cannabis, and that he's here in the community growing these vegetables and helping out the community. I mean, that's an amazing thing. And we've been able, this is one of the gardens that we're taking care of here in Cape. This year, we're going to be growing vegetables, tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, okra, eggplant. Um, we got garlic growing already, ready to go. And this gives people hope. This gives people so many things. We offer community service. We work with the DOC, and we have people that are needing community service hours. Maybe they made mistakes in their life. This is a great way to get back. Gardening is a healing thing, taking care of a plant, helping the community, feeding people that need it. I mean, it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done. And the best thing about it is all these garden beds are grown in Butthead soil. We as a company donate our soil to these community gardens. to promote healthy growth, organic growing, healthy grow media, and renewable resources. You can't afford as a grower to buy soil all the time. And that's something that gets quite expensive in a grow world. If you can use soil as a living soil by adding amendments to it and continuing growing with it, you don't have to worry about that. All these garden beds you see here have Buttheadz living soil in them. That's an amazing thing that we're going to be doing is with that Buttheadz living soil, showing how that organic compost year after year with only a few amendments, we can grow bushels of tomatoes. I mean, just tons of vegetables that we're able to give back to the community.
As long as it's not like 90% tomatoes in Illinois, man. There's people that just grow so many. Like there's one guy I know that grows 150 tomato plants, and that's all he grows. Like, what are you doing, man? Like try some, like try one other thing. Maybe do two. Like,
Awesome, man. But
I
no,
get it.
we do a variety. We grow everything from I actually grow some like cucumbers. We grow eggplant. We have peppers, okra, radishes, carrots, sweet potatoes, asparagus, um, many different kinds of herbs like basil, oregano, all things that we donated to the food bank, local food banks around here that people that are hurting, especially now. I mean, there's not anybody that's not feeling the economic bind that we're all feeling right now. And you got to think food insecurity today is more real than ever because when you can go to a restaurant and a hamburger costs more than what a person makes for an hour of their time, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Food has
true.
become more expensive than our time.
That's true, and it's not even really food. I mean,
Everything.
well, no, I mean, I'm saying like the food that you're talking about isn't even necessarily food. It's a lot of times poison.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it Glehart?
Englehart.
I'm gonna just do this because they don't actually have. Can I do this? Let's see. Oh, that's gonna cover us up though. Let's see. They don't have a way to put your name up there other than a banner. I could do it like this, a ticker. Yeah. Anyway, back to the show. So this garden is pretty awesome, and I do remember that now. It's jogging my memory about this community garden aspect, going to different communities and excuse me. Do you tie them together in any way,
So
like
yes,
a network? You know what I mean?
that's the special thing about the gardens. So we found by working with other people in different communities that there's a lot of people out there that already have little gardens going, that already are trying to do things, and we want to help those people because a lot of those people are not 501c3s. And the thing is those people are unable to raise the funds sometimes to help benefit these gardens by building them better, by building better things in them, so the boards aren't rotting, the sides are solid, the soil's
Right.
good, the better the quality. Fertilizer's not cheap. We're trying to build this for the community, and that's the whole idea behind the Buttheadz Growers Club. Is the club has volunteers, people and participants that want to help grow vegetables and help work on the gardens, even members in those towns that were taking care of those different areas. Those members are all pitching in together, volunteering. I myself I will go all the time, work in the garden. We're constantly out there doing different volunteer work, but it's so rewarding. I can't eat all those vegetables. I'm not going to lie. I do eat vegetables, but I don't eat enough. And I definitely couldn't eat all those. But I love growing plants. And so do a lot of these other growers. These, like we always joke about, cannabis is the gateway drug to gardening. If you grow cannabis, 100% you're going to start growing other stuff because you find that plant so incredibly amazing. cannabis itself is amazing. I've seen it grown a million different ways. I have a million different people out there that can tell you that different way how to grow that plant. But the thing about it is it always turns out so interesting. Different
Yeah.
ways done.
I'm gonna show you this black runts while we're chatting here. The the funny thing you said about the gateway drug, I always call I call myself the gateway drug to self sustainability, because similarly to what you're saying, I found that people that were allowed to grow cannabis were then starting to open their minds a little bit to what else could I grow? Oh, I
Yeah.
could grow a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And it's funny because I've had conversations. I went to this festival at a hemp farm one time, and I asked the guy, "Do you grow anything else? You know, like some of your own veggies or whatever?" And there's no money in that. Like, what do you mean? Like, you eat? Are you saying that you don't like you wouldn't eat? Like, you don't have to pay for the food that you eat? Like, there's money there. Like, hello.
Well,
It's
then
just weird.
that's where the value is so messed up with food is people have forgotten the value of what we're paying for because of mass farming that we've
Hmm.
lived in for the last what 50 years or so. That
Entitled almost, yeah, to
I mean,
having.
you go to buffets like Golden Corral or huge buffets, with so much food, like the value of food has in a lot of people's eyes, they don't realize how precious that is. And now, buffets like that, they don't exist as much anymore.
And
And it's
buffets are
because
not good. When's the last time
no,
you went to a
because the
buffet?
quality.
They just
You're
haven't
you're
been.
eating this subpar quality food.
Mhm.
I mean, it even tastes different.
And it
If
and
you go
it's
to a
like,
nice
even when they had good food, you're eating food that's been sitting out, you know? I mean, it depends
preserved,
on how busy it is, but, like, how
pickled or
fast it's being
canned,
moved. Everyone's you got the sneeze guard there above the over the
dude,
top.
dude.
My son's always talking about the buffet too. I'm like, he reads signs everywhere. He's like, "Oh, buffet, golden buffet." Like, no, it's not the we used to have a good buffet around here, and then people keep trying to like copy it by making names that are so close to it, you know?
I mean,
Like,
Chinese
no,
places they pull it off, but they have their own like menu, that they can pull it off with. But man,
right.
I tell you, the buffet quality, it's not like it was. Like I remember when I was a kid going to Vegas with my mom and dad, and we went to this freaking buffet. It was $3.99, and it had lobster. I mean, I was just blown away by all the choices as a kid. I
At
mean, I
the
felt like that Peter Pan in that movie, with all the food. It's like holy crap,
Yeah,
you know, like you can't eat it all. You make yourself sick with candy and shit.
yeah. I'm gonna take this off the screen, but yeah, you see this? This is black runts.
Oh
Isn't
shit,
that fun?
yeah, man.
It's pretty very
Did
purple.
you grow that?
No, no. I do grow, but I haven't been able to grow for a little while
Dude, I'll
because
have
of
to get you
some
some of my
things.
soul, man.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, my name is I don't know if you even might know my first name, but it's Waylon the Indoor Farmer on that's the podcast and everything. That's my screen name. So I'm always growing. I do aquaponics, and I also do here, show you this just for a second. If you see, this is my lights are off over
I
there,
love
but
the box fan.
there's a there's a grow
That,
table to the left that has soil in it,
yeah, I
and
love it.
to the right it's just aquaponics, like just water.
That's beautiful.
But yeah, the lights are off right now, so it's just kind of not easy to see much. But
Man, when I see a box fan, that's a real grower, brother. Because the box fans don't quit.
they don't. That one's
Ever.
and I have two in this room, and then like three or four in the other
I like how
room.
you got it
Yeah,
tied up. That's cool.
its own force will make it
Oscillate.
keep oscillating. Yeah,
Genius.
it makes it a little bit more convenient than just trying to point them in all directions, and um, anyway, so there's something I was going to say. Oh, so I take it you grow cannabis as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Do you? Oh,
It's been a
that's right.
passion.
In this picture, one second. I'm sorry. This picture says the grow shop. So you have like a place that has more than just soil. Like it's a grow shop. You can buy like
Yeah.
different grow equipment.
Yeah, so we have a Buttheadz Grow Shop. So I also so we started Buttheadz Grow Shop in 2021. And that was a dream because I always wanted to have a store, because my dream has always been to like work for myself and have a store and people come in your store and hey, how
Hmm.
you doing? And then help them out and teach them stuff and show them your passion, whatever your passion is. Definitely my passion's always been growing cannabis and I'm able to teach people and I've taught so many people, since we've opened the store 5 years ago. We opened in 21 and I know this one guy, his name's Joe, and I taught him how to grow and he grows so well and just beautiful plants now. And it's just amazing that I remember whenever he first came in and he never even planted a seed, you know, and I think I gave him some free seeds whenever he came in, just like, hey, try this and see how you do.
Hmm.
All of us had a plant Hermie and got some damn seeds.
Right. I got a bunch of those, but
Yeah.
my we were talking about religion or the stigma of cannabis, and my first two seeds were given to me by a pastor.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I
That
mean,
is beautiful.
I I think that's a long story. They kind of mutated. They had three leaves, and my mentor friend at the time, who I went to school with, we're not really friends anymore. He was like, "Oh, you got to get rid of those." And other people have said, "No, I mean like three leaves. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's like unsalvageable, being that the only two plants I ever grew, and that's what they were both like that. It's not like I had a bunch that they were going to contaminate in some way. Like it wasn't, Anyway, it's a long time ago now, but um, that those two seeds, I'll never forget them because where they came from, and I mean the man was growing and providing for most of his flock, whatever
Congregation.
else they call it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Flock just seemed a little too cheesy. It was like, what's the other word? Gosh, congregation. That's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's pretty cool that you found a way to branch, no pun intended, outside of just being, hey, we're here, we like cannabis. Like, and no
Oh
offense
man.
to those that do, but man, like you got to be like a little more broad spectrum to, so to speak, to use a cannabis term, broad spectrum.
Oh,
Although, like,
I knew when I started the store and the store and the club. The club we started in 2023. And when we started those things, I knew we would get flack. I knew it would be hard. I knew cannabis would get shunned and frowned. But the thing is just because you smoke cannabis doesn't mean you can't believe in God. Just because you smoke cannabis doesn't mean you can't be a good person or a good father or a good husband or a good employee. Just because you smoke cannabis doesn't mean you're a bad person. And that's what we prove with this club. These people are just cannabis consumers. I mean, we don't condone any other kind of behavior. We're not like, oh, all drugs are great. No, we believe in cannabis for a reason because we believe it's a medicine, and we've seen it. I've seen it help people. You know,
I
I've
agree.
seen it help people have cancer.
It saved my life. And it was more of the antidepressant type of help, but there were I guess previously, I always call it previously approved methods, things like so the military were trying to give me Xanax, and of course they pre-approve alcoholism. That's a big old green check mark in the military. And it's like that's one of my messages is to veterans and to people that may think there's no other options, and they're on all these drugs and these on these different hormone blockers and things like that. Um, just to give it a try. Like I'm not out there telling people that maybe it's for everybody, and it's a miracle that every person will benefit from. I do believe everybody can benefit from it, not necessarily ingesting it, but from the textiles and from all of the other uses of it, the way that it cleans the soil and the oxygen that it produces, all the things, you know what I'm saying? Like so that can be a benefit to all people, but the use of it as a medicine or even recreational, I don't say that's for everybody. I don't think it's for everybody. Walking and chewing gum at the same time is not for everybody.
Absolutely. You know, I like Coke, not Pepsi.
Oh, I thought we were
Everybody's got,
going down another road there, Eric. We
but
were going down the slopes, baby. Woo! Okay.
but
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has a preference, and that's the thing with cannabis. Like the festival, we've had so much flack over the years having this festival. One year, our first year we had it, we used Eventbrite, and we advertised. We worked
What
our
was it?
butt.
Event?
Eventbrite.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so all of our events were very strict to the letter of the law. We don't allow any selling of cannabis. We basically, the events are a place where people can come, they can socialize. If they want to bring their own, that's on them. It's a place where they can socialize and celebrate the plant. But we can't sell it because we don't have a license, and it's illegal to sell it in a public place like that. So we don't. And everything we follow to the rules of the law. Our events, we've got them banned. Eventbrite, we had so many people booked to come to the 420 event that we had. They denied our money on the Eventbrite thing and refunded everybody back their money. Right, I think we had like 2 weeks
Wow.
before the event, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what are we going to do?" And we figured it out. We worked some things around and did something different to use a different payment plan to do the event, because the event has nothing. We're breaking no laws. We're not doing anything wrong. All we're doing is we're having these fundraising events to raise money to build these community gardens to feed the community. But the stigma is so strong that even though we're just building these community gardens in, like, we have the proof of thousands of pounds of food that we've donated,
Hmm.
they still, people are, we get that, like Eventbrite shutting us down. Luckily, our groups, people that follow us, people that support us, they all came together and they supported us, and we got the money back raised. We were taking payments at the gate that morning because,
Hmm.
people, they got
So
their money refunded.
what did they say? Like what was the
They
rule?
said
Reasoning?
because it violates their terms and conditions and something about cannabis, and they get afraid. I mean, just like my business itself, I've had issues where companies, have like using the Square, for instance. They won't let me use their services anymore because they say I violated them. I sell soil. The only thing CBD I even sold was dog treats. And
Right.
what's wrong with that? I didn't know CBD was against the law now.
Like, how are they even linking you to cannabis then?
Oh,
Because
they're using AI. AI, tracks everything now.
so I have this picture here of your, I believe this year, yeah, 420
Yeah,
2026.
and we have to be careful.
Is this what how they're linking it, because it's 420 festival? Like,
Yes, so
that's
that's
like
why
the
we have to
only
put the
thing I see?
slash in there. We have to do different things to make it look more like a date than 420 because they got that algorithm. Anything they hear, they
You
try.
do have a leaf right here too, bro.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
find that
We got
sometimes.
exactly. So that's the things that we don't want to completely shun ourselves. We should be proud of our right
Right.
to smoke cannabis, and especially for people like veterans and people with diseases and people with problems that need it. We want to be there for them. They should know there's nothing wrong with that, and that's what we do as buttheads. Is we are buttheads. We butt heads with stigma. We butt heads with hunger. We aren't afraid to stand up for what we believe in, and we'll stand up and
Sure.
we'll stand there and let be the example that's needed to get people fired up to fight for their rights. Because cannabis is a right. We deserve to have that right to have that medicine. Look how much it's helped both of us.
for sure. I think there's a fine line between uh, standing up for yourself, like basically what you're describing, butting heads against major things in life that could otherwise make people cower in fear or push them into subservience. And the other side of that coin is like, excuse me, jeez. Um, the other side of that coin is those people that are just, I don't know how to describe this in this short term, but that are just so matter of fact and they're so very aggressive about their quote facts about things all the time. And it's always about them, and there's no room for, hey, I could be wrong about something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I think is the extreme, or maybe the definitely the negative, or in my book, uh, not ideal scenario. But to your point, butting
But doing
heads with
community
things,
service and
yeah,
doing positive things, we're not doing anything that's like
it's like
we're
standing
not
up and
hurt. We're
standing out.
peacefully helping people, and
Yes.
even when we've been put closed and defunded and
Hmm.
we're 501c3. We're doing everything. We're a group that's here for the community. We're not owned by one person. I don't own this. This is I volunteer. I
Nice.
work with the board. I volunteer a lot of time towards this group, and I believe in it. I make no money from it whatsoever because this is all something we do for the community, because the reward from helping other people and seeing the stigma change in someone's eyes when they look at something like, for my daughter, I want my daughter to grow up in a world where they don't look at somebody that consumes cannabis because maybe you have anxiety, maybe you have
Hmm.
chronic back pain, maybe you have PTSD, whatever your issues are, you should be able to have cannabis and be proud of it and not feel like you're like we did when I went to Las Vegas. I felt like I was a criminal. I felt like I had to go in an alley and smoke
Sneaking
my weed.
around. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with like the crackheads and meth addicts, like we're all hanging out together.
Well, in my point of view on that is similar because of how prevalent it was at, before the 1930s. Like, it was in everybody's medicine cabinet in general. Like, most people, especially out on the prairie or out in the Wild West, they had it in a jar because they used it for its properties and whatever it might be. And that just went away. And now it gets lumped in with these substances that are man-made, and man-made fairly recently. Like, I mean, somebody argued with me like, "Oh, Coke's been around for a long time." It's like they make it with gasoline. Like, how long has gasoline been
I think it
around?
was
Like,
made during the Civil War. It was like
yeah, like, well, maybe the leaves have been around for long. Maybe like you can eat the leaves. Okay, go ahead. But my point is, like, still the process of making it and all that. That's all stuff that's new
yeah.
compared to us. And again, and to the flip side of that with cannabis, the over processing and these different vape carts and all this stuff that can, I can see how that maybe has been getting people some sick or this or that. You got to
Oh
be
yeah.
careful. Too many different products, too many different
Well,
brands of
unsafe
that kind of stuff.
safe oil.
That too. Yeah, you don't know what it is. The heating filaments and the elements in there that you're burning off whatever aluminum or something in there. Who knows?
Well, a lot of
I've used them. I'm not saying I haven't, but go ahead.
no, a lot of those companies are all for profit.
Mm. Just making these cheap, like, throwawayable doohickeys, and like, oh, they'll just toss them and we don't have to worry about the lasting effects. The flavors and stuff, all the flavors, oh, so many things. So let me ask you a couple other things about the business here. So actually, no, before we leave, we need to talk about the concert here. You sent
Yeah.
me two pictures. Are these
So
the
that
same
one's
event?
that one kind of shows the drive-in. So we're doing
Oh, I see.
an event. This is the 420 festival. This is the second annual SEMO 420 festival. SEMO is the area that we're in, Southeast Missouri.
Oh, that's
And
what that means. Okay.
yeah, that's what that means. So that's a big deal for us because this area has faced a lot of stigma. So this is us having an event that would have never been allowed before. And we rented out the Rock and Roll Drive-In movie theater. So it's actually a concert that's going to be in a drive-in movie theater. So the band will be playing in front of the screen, and then we'll actually have them projected up on the projector, and patrons will be able to be parked inside of the concert in their cars. So it's going to be an interesting event because the vendors are going to be at the back of the event, so people can go get food, buy things, and come back to their car and watch a concert and enjoy themselves, you know. And it's just an awesome opportunity for people to gather. And if they want to hang out, some people are going to be like tailgating. We've heard stories of people bringing like tents and different things. That I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And every event that we've ever had that was cannabis related has been clean. People pick up their trash. We've never had any fights. You're not having anybody that's, driving erratically and hurting themselves. Like, it seems like everybody was just really chill, having a great time. This event lasts for over almost 10 hours from 1 to 10. We got 9 bands playing. These are all local artists around the area, and they have volunteered their time to sing and perform for people to raise money for these gardens. That's how much they believe in this. These gardens are something that's really helping people because there's so many people, they don't have anything like that to learn from. And whether you're eating from it or you're going and you're growing in it or doing your community service at it, growing a plant, taking care of something, watching it grow, being there for it takes consistency. You got to take care of it. If you don't take care of it, it's going to die. And when you believe in it and you believe in the results that you're getting from something, you make sure and you make the time to be consistent.
And it helps you to like have something to be consistent for, like something
Purpose.
to depend on purpose. Yes, exactly. Uh, oh man, I totally lost my train of thought. Um, yes. What was it about? Well, one thought I had was, are we going to be able to watch Godzilla on the big screen? But it was just a side thought. But damn, now I can't remember what I was going to say. Yeah, but purpose though, that threw me on a whole nother thought. I was like, yes, purpose and meaning.
Sorry, my bad.
No, that's okay. It's not your fault, but yeah, and it's not Mary Jane's fault either. I have a lot of, I'm thinking of, I don't blame Mary Jane for like, hey, I had a little brain fart, like, because I
No,
watch plenty of podcasts and other things and different live shows where people who I know are staunchly against cannabis, and they have the same things happen. They have the same. Oh, what was I talking about? Oh crap, what was that again? Like the same thing happens. It's not a cannabis thing. You might say it might happen more, I guess. What were we
especially
talking
because
about?
real good.
Right. Well, so before you said purpose, we were talking about the garden and make it growing for the people. Oh, that's right. Got it. Back to it. Um, there is a value that's not quantifiable, or not being, at least not being attempted to be quantified. The value in not only you growing some stuff, you growing plants, all of those values, a person growing plants, but your garden teaching people how to be more sustainable like that. There's a value to that that is larger than how much money am I making on this. It's a community value that you almost can't quantify, because it's a long term benefit to your family, your kids, their family.
Yeah.
Like, it's something that's much bigger. It reminds me of Johnny Appleseed. It's like, and I know it's a weird comparison, but like, he
That's
did
cool.
he did a bunch of planting all over the place without ever expecting to come back and reap the fruit of that, of his rewards, or how, am I saying that right? Reap the benefit But yeah, the fruit of his rewards, but or fruit of his labor. Anyway, you get my drift.
Yeah.
But he, yeah, it's kind of similar where you're doing this, and yeah, you might actually get, you're getting direct value from the vegetable, from the produce, but it's a long term thing, as in like having that community center around it or create stability around something like that would then ripple out in ways that you probably couldn't even imagine at this point. You know, the things that will get that'll get combined to that, or that'll get drawn in because of that. Things like, say, herbal medicines, or people that process the produce into things that are like preserves and stuff like that. Anyway, go ahead.
No, no, absolutely. I mean, it's it's a butterfly effect. I mean, there's so
Hmm.
many things that are affected by this. I mean, since we've started the club, I mean, the first thing, the club is such an interesting story how it started.
Let's
When we
hear it.
started, we just were a group of growers meeting up. That was the first. We were just all growers, and we're meeting up. And we just met up at first, and we started talking about ideas of how to help people, because the whole point about, like you said, the reward, the purpose is like when you're helping somebody, and you're actually providing something positive, that's also a passion that you're good at. If you're a good cannabis grower, and if you are, and that's, or if you just love doing it, even if you're not the best cannabis grower, it doesn't matter. If you just like just growing cannabis and you love plants, that's great enough reason right there. And to take that hobby and use that hobby to benefit people, man, that's awesome. That's where we came up with the idea of the garden. We built the first garden out of pallets because we didn't have no money.
No, those are nice. Those
Yeah,
could be awesome. Awesome, useful. So how did you do it? So pallets, and was there like a pond liner, any kind of liner, or was it pallets
plastic.
and then you did put a liner inside it?
Yeah, it was just like
Uh,
plastic lined.
and then so how did you? So the pallets were just banded in a square, or
A
I guess
rectangle. They were
rectangle, right? Of
originally
course.
8 by 4. The original pallet, or the bed, was 8 foot by 4 foot, and we basically took pallets and we cut them with a sawzall, and we used screws that were donated from other members that had extra stuff laying around, and we fastened them together, and some of them we reinforced with some boards that were donated from another member, and it was just all donated stuff that we built it with. And the soil we donated from
Nice.
some from Buttheadz, and we mixed it all up, and then we used other soil too, because we didn't have enough soil at the time.
Right.
First, when we were first doing it, the way we
Some
did the
leaves,
garden,
man. Leaves and sticks right outside, man.
that's what we did. We did
Hell
hugelkultur.
yeah.
So we did the whole base layer of the garden beds were made with like rock, well, not rocks, but hay and sticks and leaves and all that stuff. And that's what we did the first base, and then we did the butthead soil on top. But we've grown so much food out of that. That's composted and built up into so much since then.
What's the most unusual thing, I guess, that you've grown in there? Like the most, I don't know,
Out of the
like
box.
oddest. Yeah.
So I will say probably some of the cool stuff I've grown. So I'm Japanese. I was born in Japan, and
Okay.
so that's something like for me is it's neat to kind of share some of that Japanese care heritage back here where I grew up here in the United States. So I grow a lot of different like Japanese vegetables. So the
Cool.
Japanese eggplant and probably the daikon radishes. The daikon radishes kind of blew people away if you ever grown those.
I have. Those are
Yeah,
Japanese?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, I
It
know
was huge.
I know that in our culture in Japan, like they were really big over there. Like they love growing them in the winter. They're like a staple in a lot of different foods.
Hmm.
Definitely something that's delicious when it's cooked.
Oh yeah, the daikon radish and the purple kohlrabi were both surprising to me. I was like, holy cow, like that daikon radish was too big when I harvested the first one,
How
because
big?
they get a little bit bitter. I mean,
Yeah,
it was like this big. Like, I mean, I can't
it's
give you
crazy.
exact, but somewhere like that.
They're
Like, it
so
was
big.
huge. And this was indoors in a
Oh,
grow
you
bed that is
indoors?
only, yeah, and it's only like 6 to 8.
Wow,
It's like this much soil, like 8 inches of soil.
wow.
And I mean, there's places where it's like there's soil's piled up higher. Like, so basically, I might be able to show you with that view that I just
That
showed
is
you.
cool.
So if you look at the how do I describe this? So so on the left you see the broccoli, the big ass broccoli tree.
Yeah, yeah.
Right below that you'll see the edge of the table. Well, there is a pond liner in this table, and it's a very stiff pond liner. So the table's about 6 inches, but then the pond liner goes up another 3 or 4 inches. And so there are places where the soil is piled up higher. So basically I'm just giving you an idea of like how much soil is really, how deep it is. But
That is cool,
it's
man.
interesting to see what'll grow like
Daikon
that.
radish
And
is indoor. I've never grown it indoors. I've only grown it outdoors.
I'm trying different things, and some things
I
like it
love it.
better than others. And some of the stuff, it does weird stuff, man. I'm telling you, it does not grow the way it'll grow outside, because depending on how much light and moisture and all the things, it will do stretching, it'll vine, stuff will do different weird things. I've seen lettuce vining, and I've seen, just weird. And I guess vining isn't exactly quite right. It makes this like stretched out kind of growing. Vining
That's
would
cool.
imply that it kind of like is attaching on to something, but
Yeah, I
you
knew
get
what
what,
you meant.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
just different
Dude,
weird
that's cool
things.
shit. Honestly, I've grown some. Like I grow my pepper. I keep my pepper indoors in the winter, and I've done some vegetables
Hot
like that indoors. But a lot of my indoor gardening is just cannabis. I grow.
hot peppers.
Oh yeah, no, it's my jalapeno plant. I've had it for
Oh,
God. I've had that jalapeno plant for 5 years now. I think
wow.
it's so cool because when they get old, the like how they're green on the stem.
Hmm.
The stem on the jalapeno plant is like a bark,
Hmm.
like a
Like wood,
freaking tree.
yeah.
It's
Hmm.
cool as shit. But yeah, it
I've
grows
seen that.
temperature a shitload of jalapenos
I
every.
had a basil plant that did that. It started turning
Ooh,
into like wood. Yeah. And I didn't know, bro, for the longest time. I first started growing things, and it started to get to the point where, okay, it's growing and healthy. Okay, cool. This is great. Look at it. It's growing. But then what? Like, I had no idea like how to harvest, when to harvest, what to do
basil.
with a lot of the food. Even the basil, I wasn't sure, until for finally I was like, you know what? I could be drying this basil and then sending it out to my viewers, and I started
Yeah,
doing that. I got a drying rack, and I started doing that, and man, they loved it. I just made these little pouches of little sample packs of basil, and people were making meals with it and sending me pictures, and it was pretty cool. But I guess my point is, like, I didn't know how to process or like what to use a lot of it for. So do you guys, how do you teach any of that when it comes to the
yes.
garden? Like,
We have classes like every 2 weeks, and they're for club members. Now, people in the community are welcome to attend them. They can attend two of them for free, but once they've came to two, and if they're not going to join the club or help out,
mm,
we're kind of like, yeah, that's our way we are with it because we're all putting money towards this garden to help build it up for everybody because it helps everybody.
I can't
Um,
just come and quietly not say a word for
yes,
3 weeks and just, or however
Two,
many,
4 weeks you could.
yeah, for
Two
four
meetings you
weeks.
could.
Okay, you
Because
wearing a
after a
trench
month,
coat with my eyes. Sorry.
well, and it was just because the purpose of the group is to garner participation. Now we have members that just are members, but they don't participate in meetings and stuff like that, and that's fine. If they don't want to come to the meetings, or some people just don't like
I
groups of
feel
people.
that.
But It's also, if you are coming to the meetings and stuff like that, we all help out financially for the club because it's a shared group of dream. Our whole
Mhm.
idea is like the garden helps, and it does. Everybody benefits from it. Even club members get vegetables from the garden sometimes. There's it helps so many people, the vegetables that we grow. The classes that we teach how to like store food, like how to jar your
Mhm.
veggies, how to preserve potatoes, how to starts. We also teach cannabis knowledge, like trimming and training, and how to propagate seeds, and how to clone.
You're
There's
here.
so many things.
Well, that's cool that you're teaching that because that's the part that like, okay, I was like, I kind of got stuck. I'm like, okay, I was growing lettuce to begin with, and I had this big bush of lettuce, and I was like, now what? And I didn't even cross my mind to be like using it over time because if you harvest a whole bunch at once, then you're gonna have some go bad and a bunch of things. So it was a long learning journey, but so yeah, I love this idea. I love the whole thing. Obviously the plan that you have, but I wonder though, like the club members. Well, for a couple things, I have one question: does it cost to join the club?
Yes, so the club membership is so it's $10 a month if someone wants to pay monthly, or they can pay yearly. It's $100. And basically, that $10 a month that they pay with the club goes directly to the community gardens, the programs. We also have club meals, community meals. We do different things. Obviously, all the vegetables we donate back to the community. And then, like we do with some of the schools and stuff like that, we teach classes. We have some classes planned for this year to teach some kids how to propagate plants, how to start tomatoes and different things like that, and not
Nice.
just tomatoes.
Right. So that's cool. I like that. Does any member have a say in like the next garden that gets worked on, or is there like a anyone can join a committee, or like that's something I guess I don't need to know the
No,
details
no,
of,
no.
but
So we have a board. The board is the board of directors. We all vote on different things. Club members are welcome to become board members if a vacancy happens. Just a while back, our vice president had passed away from cancer. Um, and we had another club member step up in this place, and he's been doing a great job and helping take care of the garden and all kinds of great jobs on that. So definitely, it's a community thing. It's voted on. Everything's done democratically.
sure.
We're here to help the community. And if a member is incapacitated, like we had a member recently that was sick, and we picked up the slack that she wasn't able to do, and vice versa. And that's the thing about this community is the sustainability, just like the soil, just like the garden. The gardens that our grandparents had, there was a reason for that. It was the depression. The
Right.
depression forced our grandparents to learn how to garden. That was that generation, that the victory gardens in World War II. They had to garden. There was no buffet for them to get food from.
Hmm.
They were lucky if they had a meal that night. And
That's how they knew they could eat dandelions and bark and all this other
absolutely,
stuff.
we've
You know.
forgotten it because the world has become so commercialized that we've depended on Walmart or Amazon or whatever. We don't even, just like you said about how sustainable it is growing cannabis. It's sustainable, definitely. You don't have to depend on a dispensary or anyone to get you the medicine that you need
Mhm.
and the knowledge that you have. You could grow it anytime, anywhere. you know, and that's amazing. And that's goes for anything.
Oh man, think about how much more resilient we would be as a country if everybody, like 90% of people had their own gardens, even a small garden. Because for one thing, I don't think we would be fighting as much amongst each other because busy doing something at least, and not like just scrolling and
and hating
um
people.
right, like hating on people.
Yeah,
So there's that, but there's also the fact that like even if we did continue you know hating each other and all this and that, a collapse would almost mean nothing if everybody was already self-sustainable. So anyway,
yeah,
that's a long that's a conversation, Eric. We don't have to go all the way down there, but
right.
it has
But I
been
agree. I mean,
go
it's
ahead.
sustainability. That's key. It doesn't matter how in life you have to become sustainable as an adult. For your family, you have to be sustainable, and you got to think about for your future. Your children and your children's children. You don't want to tear the earth up. You don't want to butcher the land. You don't want to ruin it. So
Ruin
when
the
you
soil.
die, that you just leave this pile of shit behind. Like,
Hmm.
hey, thanks guys, like the movie Idiocracy, where it's
Right.
just a giant dumpster. you
Hmm.
know I mean, and
People
that's the
don't,
thing.
yeah, we're thinking more long term now. I think at least
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
starting to happen in the last few years. People after COVID was a shocker, I think, to a lot of people, and so I think we are more thinking long term. Now, on the other end of that, it could have just been a test run. Hopefully not. We'll see, but that's just one prevailing theory. But also, it could have been a good thing and pushed us to do this. Now, I also see a lot more people like you and like me who are out there influencing, being influencers in this field, in this area of like it's a huge chasm of a topic, but health and wellness, self sustainability, that whole topic. Um, and it's great. I think the internet is now becoming, or at least we're starting to take back a little bit of that tide of negativity that the internet had been producing for the last 20 years, where there is still lots of light negativity, but I'm seeing more and more and more. I know I'm getting long-winded with this, but like this niche of health influencers, and there's probably plenty of grifters. But my whole angle is like I don't know how to grow things. I'm not a green thumb. Let me try to learn this stuff and bring my audience along with me. Hey, let's all learn together. Let me show people that they can make mistakes on it as they learn it. Because some people are more intimidated by watching that person that just sounds like they've got all the perfect terminology and they're just on point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
people don't feel like they're even real. I mean,
Right.
and that's the thing. Like at Buttheads, we don't act like that. We're real people.
Hmm.
Everybody can't be a scientist. Some people just
Right.
need the basics. My grandfather, he was an amazing farmer. Was he a scientist? Did he know like that kind of stuff? No, but he could grow the shit out of some corn. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's a great farmer, and he knew his shit. He knew exactly how to do the land. He knew where to plant. He knew when to plant. He knew how to take care of things, and made a huge difference. And that's the thing, is like that's what I hope with what I've started, what we're doing, we can share that. It'll pass down generational, down and down and down, and people can learn from it. It's a shame that we've forgotten how to garden.
Hmm. It is, and I think, but like I said, I feel like I'm feeling hope, maybe. And I recently talked to someone about this, but I don't know if it's that same phenomenon like when you buy a new car, and previously you never really were seeing that car anywhere, and you buy that car, and now you're seeing that car everywhere. You
Yeah,
know that? And I don't know
yeah,
if that's what happened where I'm in this world and I'm starting to see more people, but I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now, and I'm seeing more people in the last year take on this mantle of, hey, I'm going to talk about mental health, or I'm going to talk about just body health and nutrition, or I'm going to talk about growing and actually learning how to be. And so there's this kind of whole spectrum, and I love it. I think it's a good thing, and that's one reason that's why I started doing this publicly, because I have this whole plan of IRL business that I've been doing, that has nothing to do with me making a podcast about it, but I want to promote people like you and others that are out there trying to make a difference. And but real quick, I have a question. We need to probably wrap it up. I
Yeah.
guess we're over the hour. Um, there is enough people in your group. I wonder, like, have you ever thought of like, hey, let's buy a piece of land somewhere and
So
let's
we're
get it going. Let's get the city.
so we're working towards that now.
Yeah,
Our
compound.
Well, our dream is to build a learning center and a
Mm,
food bank, with obviously an orchard and larger
mhm.
gardens and stuff like that, where we can do more. Right now, the garden currently sits beside where my store is that I have, and that area. I mean, we have 16 garden beds. We're going to add two more, so it'll be 18 total. We've done amazing things. We even have
That's a
trees
lot.
planted. They're fruit trees, but we've reached our maximum capacity in that area, and we still have more than what we want to be able to do. And that's why we've expanded to, like, now we're in Cape Girardeau. We're talking about starting in Chaffee, thinking about starting and doing more in Carbondale, and doing these different areas. We're able to expand, and like you said, in numbers, we're getting all these garden beds, and these cities are all for it. Like Cape Girardeau is all for supporting
Good.
community garden. They pay for the water, they provide the
Wow.
property, and then that way we're not taking money from the funds that we need to put into the garden, like in soil and boards for the garden beds and perlite, whatever, tomato cages, any equipment. And then you have vandalism that you have sometimes that you got to replace stuff, but that's okay. Things like that happen. You got to pick it up and you got to rebuild. And that's what we've
Mhm.
been doing. And honestly, it's pretty awesome. One of the
It's
dreams I
crazy.
have is I'd love to see someday a cannabis community garden. I mean, you know how many clones you can make. Wouldn't it be cool if you could donate a few plants to a
Oh,
community garden?
dude, would you think that would work?
If it was gated, enclosed community garden, and then it's open to the public of people that, like, say, that are retired, sick. They don't have the money to go to the dispensary. Think about somebody that has,
Yeah.
they're not working anymore, or a veteran that has severe PTSD. He's not jumping out there at McDonald's in the pickup line.
Mhm.
And these people need this stuff. We actually fundraised a few years back for veterans. We worked with a partnership with med licenses. We were buying veterans medical licenses because
Mm.
it's a shame that you can serve your country, but you can't. They're not going to help you one bit get cannabis
Right.
medical license, buying it, anything. And
I
some
think
people,
it's maybe cheaper, but I'm not 100% sure. It
they
depends on
they
the
have
state,
discounts that
possibly.
the dispensaries offer, but
Right.
the government's not doing that.
Right.
It's
Okay.
us as people helping each other. I offer a veterans discount at my store. We offer.
Nice.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Thank you for your service. That's amazing that we and then our people, our heroes that come back from going through all that. It's a shame that they should be able to have cannabis now. There's no reason active service members can't have cannabis whenever they're off duty. Cannabis is not
I
worse
agree.
than alcohol. I mean, alcohol is way worse
The
than
problem is
smoking.
they don't know how to regulate it since it stays in your system long after the effects have worn off, which is the problem. But
I mean, if you smoke some cannabis and you get smoked for a while, I guarantee that'll wear right off.
right.
You know?
Before we go, I wanna pull up your Facebook page. Was it this is your group your page, but what's
Yeah,
the group called again exactly?
this is a 5K run that I
No,
did.
no, I'm sorry. I mean like
Oh,
the
Buttheadz Growers Club.
the Growers Club. Okay,
Yes. Yeah, that was a race I ran last year. That was a lot of fun.
that looks awesome. Yeah.
It was cool because one of the ladies that does the Humane Society here, we rent her room out to have our meetings at, because we don't have a building yet. And she knows I smoke cannabis. I'm a very avid smoker and cannabis user. And she see me running, you know, in that race in that 5K, and she goes, "Holy shit, you're running in a 5K?" And
That's how you
I said, "Yeah."
counteract it. Yeah.
I yelled
Kind
at
of.
her while I was running. I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Can I said, "Weed smokers can't run," and she just started laughing. Yeah, because it changes the stigma. They think you can't do this
Right.
because you smoke. Bullshit. Bullshit.
I've been going to the gym too, and I'm trying to get back into it. Oh,
Yeah.
that's my dog barking at me. Um, and and it's like I I want to counteract the damage I'm doing to my lungs, if any, and so I'm like, yeah, I want to get some cardio and stuff, but it's hard. In my old age, my guy, it's getting up there.
Right. I'm feeling you, man.
Uh, okay, so before we go, tell everybody like the best place to follow you if you want people to join your group or not. Do you have a website?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
We should go to
www
that.
dot but yes, that's the best thing to look at. Buttheadsgrowersclub.com.
Mm,
And buttheads with a Z. That's us.
oh, cool. Is it just soil? What's the? Let me see.
So I have a soil website. It's just buttheads.com, but
Oh,
this is
I
the
see. But this would be
nonprofit.
yours. Okay.
Yeah, this is for the nonprofit. This talks about the club. This talks about kind of what we're community outreach, what we're doing in the community, um, all that good stuff. The soil's buttheads.com. So this is
Okay.
our soil. This talks about our grow kits. This talks about different products that we have with our soil, like our core and our that's our Buttheads Growers Kit. So it's a 5 minute, easy to set up in 5 minute kit. This is a simple kit that we designed for beginner growers, where you can grow with just a few amendments with a very simple regimen and successfully grow and harvest your plant. We provide the pots, the saucers, everything you need in that kit except your like light and tent.
This
Some
kit
people like,
here. Oh, I
yeah,
see the pots. Okay. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
goes with
Okay.
4 pots, 4 saucers, fertilizer for veg, and fertilizer for flower, and your soil. So everything you need.
For
And
4 pots.
yeah, you can do 4 plants
Wow.
out of that one
What
kit.
size are the pots?
They're little,
5 or
little bit more
7?
than 2 gallons is what
Oh,
they
I
are.
see. Okay.
Yeah, they're smaller pots. They're more for autoflowers, but I
Right.
did
Right.
photos in them. I actually grew some really nice plants, and I mean, for the pot size for a beginner, you don't want to overgrow the plant. You want to keep it
No.
simple.
And a lot of people like when I was beginning, like I thought I was supposed to get big and everything, and then I realized I didn't like them that big. They're just too much work and too much. But anyway, I wanted to look at your website because maybe we should talk about this, man. We can talk about it offline, but yeah, I do a game show on Sundays, game night, indoor farmer game night. Maybe we should try and get you on the list of sponsors. The Roachis are on there, although Master Rochi's post recently, I think he's going to be pivoting to some different products. Hopefully, they'll be all right. But
Would I be able to donate some soil for that?
well, there's a few ways we do it, and I don't mind talking about this publicly, but they're sponsors that will offer a code that gives a discount on their website,
Okay,
or other sponsors that will offer like a whole items. Some people will offer a code that lets you purchase a whole thing, a whole item, like say you got a genetics company that gives you a code that you can get a whole pack of seeds.
just
Other
pay the shipping.
companies, right, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just different things, really. Like, but more or less, I don't look for monetary sponsorship, but but basically offering something to the subscribers, and then the subscribers uh, to have to pay to get into the game night, and so then it's a win 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 situation. You get the free advertising if they never use the coupon or whatever. If they never use it, hey, you still got the shout out. And
But yeah, no,
there's more to
I'm
it, but
completely down. That sounds great. I would
yeah, that
love to
would
see
be
that.
great. I don't have a
Yeah.
soil company. We have a bunch of genetics companies.
And
We
I
have
got to send you some of my soil, man. You're gonna love it. You gotta send me your address so I can get it.
I'm down.
That's just amazing.
That sounds good. Another reason I brought that up now is because when we end this stream, it actually won't be able to talk right afterwards. And used to be able
Okay.
to do that on StreamYard. I could do that, but I can't do that on Rumble Studios, unfortunately. But we can always talk in the on the DMs, or if you need to call me or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
always
yeah.
down. But I
Yeah,
tell you
send me
what,
your
man,
address so I can get you some soil.
I'll do it right this minute so that I don't
Hell
forget.
yeah.
Because I can also do a little review on the soil as well.
Absolutely. And I'll get you a code or something so you can use that connects to the website. That'll be great. I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, because then that helps you in a multiple ways. Because and I I try to put this out there, trying to get more people on our wheel, but it gets traffic to your site. And if they use just the card, just the amount on the card, fine. You paid for advertising that way. If they buy more, then boom, they've spent some money with you. And getting them to the traffic to the site is a lot of times can be half the battle. Let's see. I saw a story, like something like national news. I think, I don't know what the name of the page was exactly, but it was something similar to like News Now, or but it was on Facebook, and it was this lady from my town who tried to mail herself to California, and her eyes were like,
That's funny.
like this whole her picture,
How
her
long
mug
was she in
shot
the
was just like,
box?
I don't know. She had snacks and everything with her, ready to
Damn.
go. Like
Gonna
she was
piss
ready
her.
to. She was really ready to do it. Yeah.
I thought about it when I was younger. I thought about mailing myself to Australia. For
Now
some
that would
reason,
be
I
a
really want
longer
to see
trip.
some. Dude, I went to Japan by myself when I was 11. That was a fucking trip.
That sounds insane.
My
Yeah.
parents were like, "You need to go spend time living with your family over there." Boop, fuck. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, I don't speak
Just
this
go on.
shit.
And
It was
like
crazy.
a lot of, I'm surprised you were able to make it so easily, because a lot of, like, I can't imagine that. Well, I guess maybe when we were younger, it might have been okay, but some of these, like, transportation things, like, they wouldn't just take an 11-year-old and be like, okay, cool, come
Yeah,
on.
they had it was United Airlines. I'll never forget it. They had this program. It was like you basically pay like so much more, and this flight attendant would help your kid get to
Oh,
the terminal, basically, is what it was.
wow.
That's it. You know what I mean?
You pay extra for your kid to just get.
I mean,
Oh,
it was
wow.
like a program. I don't know if they still do it or not, but they did back in the I think it was 99 or 2000.
I got smoke to that. Damn.
Dude, I'll never forget that. That was a trip. I was on that plane. I'm like, fuck. I didn't sleep a lick, dude.
Your first time ever on a plane too, probably, other than the
No,
time when you
I've flown
first
a
moved
lot
over.
back and forth,
Oh,
from
I see.
when I growing up, as a kid. But
Wow.
man, going over there by myself, man, that was cool. I mean, I don't regret it. It was an awesome experience, but yeah, it felt like I was in a crate.
Weird. You weren't in the, like, regular passenger section?
No. I said it felt. I said
Like,
it
what?
felt like I was in a normal seat.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't move much because I was
Right.
scared to death.
Yeah,
Like I
you were
wasn't
just
just
kind of
walking up the aisles or nothing.
right.
I didn't move from that seat for 13 hours.
Wow.
I just sat there. I didn't even want to go piss. Like I was just like fucking walking around.
Interesting.
You have two adults or two people next to you.
You would think that you would want to, like, explore a little bit. My son would probably want to just get up and run around, like, no, get back over here.
I was scared.
Yeah.
I remember when I went, I was scared to death. I
Wow.
was like, I was like, what the fuck? Because your parents ain't there. You're 11, you know? It's like,
Yeah,
where's my
I can't
mom?
imagine. Can't imagine at 11.
But Japanese people, man, they're like, you start walking, you're gone. You're walking your ass to school. Their kindergartners walk themselves to school. It's crazy over there.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a whole different culture when it comes to kids. Like when you hit this age, you know, they're just like, you need to start taking care of the house too.
Yeah, like you go get a job now. You're 6.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Whoa,
for real.
holy shit.
But it's a different culture, you know.
I get a little bit of it because I like to watch Japanese anime. Watch a lot of
Yeah.
anime.
What's your favorite?
So there's like this a lot of crossover where like a little bit like I watch it dubbed, so it's dubbed in English, but then there'll be like a lot of like little crossover words and names, and then of course the culture itself bleeds through with the story itself, because like, you know, they're going to a ramen shop or they're doing this or that, and it's like, okay, this is clearly, you know, a Japanese tradition. um what's my favorite? That would be hard to say, honestly.
There's so many.
Yeah, so many like that I would say I love, but one like an old one that I always point to in this kind of conversation, and then we do have to go. But an old one is called Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Have you seen that one? Yeah, that's
yeah.
a trip. It's a trip. People
Like a
all
Gundam
forced to
too.
live underground. Well, just like the beginning of it, like I watched the whole thing. I love the whole thing, but the beginning of it's such a great. The storyline itself, it's where it's like people are forced underground and they're just digging for like artifacts all day long, and eventually like they're eating mole pigs and stuff. Anyway, um, fun stuff. You like anime too? I guess I take it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I grew up watching it. That was like our Saturday morning cartoons, you
Yeah.
know.
I like, well, now all these genres that come out with the storyline of like being reincarnated in another world. They
Yeah,
call it isekai, and I like those most of the time. But
that's cool
man,
as shit.
yeah, those are fun. But I like the different. You know, we got transported to another world, or the other ones. It's like where he's born with like, you know, overpower. You know, like One Punch Man.
Yes, One
There's like a
Punch.
few of them coming out kind of like that now,
Yeah,
where like where the
that's a
main
good one.
character is just like overpowered, and like they build this whole story up around. At first, I never thought I'd like that show, but you start to watch it, and it's like it is awesome the way
It's
they
a pretty
really
good show.
slow walk it and they build up this, you know. Anyway, dude, you don't give me. You got what we're gonna get started
We're
on
gonna have
some
to do this
anime.
again, man. We'll do
Yes,
it
for
again.
sure. And hey,
Yes.
listen, I want to invite you. So I like to try to do a one-on-one first, but
Yeah.
then I have a panel show on Thursday. Let's be honest, the rest of that, the last like 3 minutes is just me rambling about trying to get him on people in the boxes. Well, actually, I mean, I don't know. Let's see real fast. Nights.
Yeah.
You don't have to go. You don't have to do it next or tomorrow if you don't walk through stories of our like our people on the box. We get into some things that are difficult. Everybody in the audience and the people on screen are. Well, Eric, it's been fun, my friend. I do appreciate this. It's been
I
good.
appreciate you having me, dude. For real.
So you're the first run of this new little setup that I'm doing. So we'll see how it goes. I'm actually thinking it might be best if we just like post this whole like it is and not
Whatever
use
you
it
want to
for
do. I think it went great. That was fun.
yeah. Oh, for sure. I appreciate it too. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna and I'm unmuted now. Okay, Scott, to answer your question right now, we doing the door prize. So You said interesting guest. Well, thanks. Appreciate that. He was, well, I mean, sure he would appreciate that. But I'm happy to have guests on that are interesting, and that's kind of the point, is to try to, talk to people who will bring some sort of enlightenment to your day, some kind of interest or humor. Okay, right now, if you're on Rumble, comment if you hear me. Hashtag WTIF, hashtag ladies of WTIF, whatever it is you got to do. Excuse me. And I tell you what, I do not know why my video just goes fuzzy on me all the time. Like, it looks fine on my end, and I've done everything I could think to do, except there's one thing I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna move to fiber optics. I'm gonna give you guys the review on that eventually, once I get that installed, because I'm excited. Like, I hope it's like everything, it sounds like it's so awesome, but I still don't know if it's gonna fix this weird fuzzy problem that I have. It's very annoying. Okay, so where did I start here? That was Kayla. Excuse me. Diane. Alice. This is just for Rumble. Jess, this is not to discriminate against you. This is to incentivize you to figure out what the heck's going on, why you can't get in and comment. It's not just for you, Jess. I'm just saying. This is why I am, at the end of the show, I give an extra spot on the wheel for anybody who's in the Rumble live chat. So that's what we did. All right, let's spin the wheel. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Dominic, what's up? Andrew, I'll wait for you, man. Head over to Rumble real quick. I'm worried that these dabs are gonna make me cough more than they should. Let's say. This is why grow your own, food, grow your own cannabis, grow your own, all of it, and then you'll know exactly what happened with it. It makes you wonder when you buy something. You're like, was this made with CRC? What is this? I'm on Rumble as well. It's on at the house. Well, I believe you. This is also, it's partly about getting another comment in the chat to tickle the algorithm on the Rumble. But when you're watching us when watching me on the TV, guess you can't do a lot about that. The Rumble TV app, I don't think it has a chat anywhere. Oh man. Yeah, something is not jiving with me on that stuff. I don't like that. Here we go. Okay. Sorry, I think I bumped my mic there. Wonder if that makes a loud noise for you guys. I'm guessing it would. Need to see if there's any cool events coming up this weekend. Probably do that real quick here after this. Trying to get homework done, Alice says. What kind of homework? No, I got you, Andrew. I already did it. You're good, my son. I mean, I said it to my son all the time. My brother. Diane just commented recently, so congratulations. Bing, ba-ding, ding, 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 ba-ding, ding. Just found out somebody unfriended me today. And I was like, what did I do to you? Holy shit, man. Sometimes you're like this whole other, you're completely a whole other person inside of somebody else's head. For sure. Faux show. Well, I mean, I would say almost like that's always the case, but I mean, like far vastly different, I guess. All right, click. Person that won a bunch of my merch and stuff, and I'm like, dang, do you want to give me my merch back? You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys. We're not quite to 2 hours yet, so let me play a little music, and I'll do a little dab and maybe look at some of these events coming up this weekend. See what's going on. See what's going on. Did I push play? I did. Events page. So I like it. I mean, I encourage everybody to do this. If you have free time, or you feel like you're never getting out of the house and you don't have anything to do, you go to the events page. You can be like, you can click this weekend. Bada boom, bada bing. My location, so somewhere close by. Got a lot of musicians at bars. Customer appreciation celebration at Derby. At what? Doesn't even have the name of the company. What? Peoria's first Mordium narrative event. Sounds like some kind of satanic thing. Curing cabin fever at a girls' day at the Hub. A girls' day? Am I allowed to go to that? East Peoria, Illinois, Florida. Strawberry truckload sale. Strawberry sale. Ooh, it kind of sounds tasty. Are you ready? What does it say? Are you ready to party? Oh no, is that ramen? It's a ramen party. Dine-in ramen pop-up. Dine-in ramen pop-up. It's on the 20. It goes to the 27th. Today's 24th. Okay, well, I guess Friday. Batman Bishop martini tasting experience. Oh, free martinis. Build your own shipwreck event. Oh, that looks like a shipwreck. That's for sure. Dancing with the Stars live. 2026 tour, Peoria Civic Center this Sunday at 4 p.m. right after game night. But I'd be like, you guys, we got to hurry this game up. I got to get to Dancing with the Stars right after this. Guys, I'm going to Dancing with the Stars right after this. We got to hurry this game up. That's how I'll sound on Sunday. People are strange, right, Diane? Well, I'm strange. I agree. I own it. Some say I'm awkward, but hey, different strokes, I guess, for different folks. Okay, so far I'm not seeing anything that stands out. I mean, the Dancing with the Stars does kind of stand out, but like if they're in Peoria, I mean, what is this like the? Is this like the auditions? Is this like the C-list stars that are here to dance to like see if they can get on with one of the real stars? Let's see. Yes, sir. A lot of fake snakes. Yeah, that's true. That's the truth. Yep. Because then they don't respond to you. They don't respond when you say, well, you know, like anything. Like when you I guess when you not call them out really, but like when you just, there's a term it's not coming to me at the moment, but confront, maybe you confront them about, hey, what's going on here? Straight from Hollywood, see Dancing with the Stars live. See the glitz, glamour, and breathtaking performances of America's favorite dance show in a city near you. In this all-new show starring your favorite pros, Alan Burstyn, well, he's famous, Brandon Armstrong, Britt Stewart, Daniel Kerrigan, or Karagash? Karagash, is that a real name? Emma Slater, Ezra Sosa, Jenna Johnson, that sounds like a porn star, Pasha Pashkov, and Val Chmerkovsky. Haley Bills and special guests to be announced. Special guests? I can't imagine who they would get. I can't imagine what kind of special guests. Hey, look, I jest a little bit here, but everyone on this list is, I'm sure, more famous than me, little old me. But it's just funny. It's like I don't recognize any of those people. Where are the stars? These are C-listers. Experience the excitement, athleticism, and the artistry of the ballroom live, up close and personal for an unforgettable night that you won't want to miss. To be fair, I don't really keep up with a lot of newer stars. Maybe these are just like younger people that I just don't. I mean, maybe just 'cause I don't know them. Maybe they're A-listers. Hey, maybe they're A-listers. What can we say? It's crazy. It doesn't say how much. What's the cost? I'm not going to go that far to find out, but it is funny. I don't know. I bet it probably wouldn't be a bad show. Just trying to crack jokes. Prairie Home Alliance Theater. Joe Bonamassa. Bonamassa. Bonasana. I don't know. Black Velvet. Let's see, more bands. We got Cuisine's Maine Lobster, or Cousins Maine Lobster. Jeez. Semi-annual clearance sale. Oh, a clearance sale. Nothing. There's no like. I mean, there's probably something a little further away from me, maybe. Marchtoberfest. That's this Sunday. Oh, the Sunday's March 1st. That's right. It is a new month. I forgot. So, Marchtoberfest. What's that about? Goes till 8 p.m. Spring German style. Marchtoberfest brings the warmth, flavors, and spring of Oktoberfest into early spring. Proudly sponsored by Hermione Concordia. Oh, I'm reading that wrong. Harmony Concordia. This fest is perfect for families, food lovers, and anyone ready to shake off the winter chill. Interesting. Well, I'd be able to take my son to something like this. $17 per person, $2 off when you wear a I don't know this word. It's a German word. Dirndl. Dirndl. Or a lederhosen. I've heard lederhosen before. Lederhosen. Lederhosen. I feel like that's what people say when they're leaving the chat. Lederhoser. I mean, no, it's different. I guess that's different. Let's see. Menu includes Parmesan chicken, grilled pork, smoked sausage, green beans with bacon, red cabbage, mashed potatoes, Spätzle with sauce. Spätzle with sauce. Kids pricing, age 5 and under free, ages 6 to 10, $7. Food served until 6. I could probably get to that. I'm going to say interested. We'll leave it at interested. That might be it, folks. It might be the one. Marchtoberfest. The wheel throwing class is something I'm always interested in. And, oh, hey, Glenn came through. Now, can you do that while smoking one? I'm not 100% sure what you were responding to, Glenn. If Glenn was still here. Caradine? What is that? Oh, I wouldn't even bother. Why to ask why, Diane? Yeah. I mean, I like to ask why for things. I don't know. Ramen style Sunday smash and at Poor Bros. That's a bar. They're doing ramen though? Interesting. Official Spring Home Show powered by Ford. Flour, chip, and dip dish clay hand building class. Okay. That could be a cool little thing. Where's that at? The Clay Den. You have to buy tickets. Join us for a fun and creative flour, chip, and dip dish hand building class. In this workshop, you'll learn step-by-step how to shape, sculpt, and assemble your own floral-inspired chip and dip dish, perfect for spring gatherings, summer parties, and adding a cheerful touch to your kitchen. Interesting. We'll guide you through the entire hand-building process, and once your piece is dried and fired, you're invited to return 2 weeks later to paint and glaze it in your own style. Interesting. No experience needed? Okay. I mean, I have some experience in this, but I did a ceramics class in high school. Did ceramics. Interesting, though. I don't think my son is going to sit still for something like that. This is Friday at 5:30. Oh, wow. Well, I'm interested, but I can't really go to that, unfortunately. I'm going to search for... There's a local comedy club, you guys. I don't know who's hanging out with me still. Shouts out to you guys, but there's a local comedy club that seems to be having some trouble, and it's, this comedy club's had a lot of big names on it, or at it. It's a local staple, iconic, and I'm in talks with them. Well, I'm not in talks with them. I shouldn't say it like that. I reached out. We're gonna see what we can do together. Maybe I can bring a little something to the comedy club. We will see. If you've talked to Bean Dongo recently, he's talked about maybe doing another event, and little things might be in the works. We'll see. So what would be the Jukebox Club? See if they have anything going on Friday. I would assume they do. Why am I not? Maybe there's no the. Jeez. It's always something, AI can't figure out that I just mean. No? Okay, no event made this time. Interesting. All right, guys. Well, let's take a long rip here. And time is at 3:11. Ooh. Do you remember that controversy, 3:11? I don't know if that was real or what happened with that. I just remember something happening. Is that guy's name that passed away? Oh, Carradine. David Carradine. He passed away today? Or didn't he pass away? Not okay. The Doors people are strange. I got home now, but was watching. Oh, I know, bro. Yeah, hell yeah. Appreciate it. Sorry, I had to reboot. Screen was messed up. My screen gets fuzzy. Like on my side, you guys. On my side, I look clear as can be. I look clear as a bell. Look so just crystally, beautifully clear. But on your side, every 2 seconds, everything just goes blurry. It's such a weird. Don't know what to do about it. I'm gonna look at fiber optics in March. I'm coming for you, March. The Ides of March, or whatever it is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to go for some fiber optics. It's not that expensive either. They've already ran it down my street. It's already there. So I think it was like some kind of deal too, of course, to get you hooked in there. You know what I mean? Cheers. Who wants me to wait till 4:20? I don't know. Let's see. Let me check to see if the boys over on Fire in the Hole are live or not. They might already be live. They are. So, I think I'll have the rest of my sesh over there with the Fire in the Hole boys. I'll take one more with you guys. We got 18 people in the house. So Glenn was referring to you smoking while you play the harmonica. Nice. Hey, that's a good lung workout too. You know what I mean? Looking at it that way. All right, cool. Yeah, interesting interview. Showed off a little bit of the sugar and the batter that I got. I did do a little bit of Taekwondo recently. So that's been fun, getting back into that, getting back into the gym, doing lots of stuff, and just getting out there. Nicer weather, so I hope you all do the same, even if it's just to sit outside, even if it's just to soak up a little bit of rays here and there. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. We Grow Wednesday with Tala. Hope you like my new friend Tala, or not my new friend. We've been friends. My new co-host, Miss Tala. She's been awesome so far on We Grow Wednesdays. We talk about all kinds of different health-related topics that come up on the list. I call it the list that we kind of build up throughout the week of different health-related topics and stuff. So hit the like button on your way out if you could. Appreciate you guys. Remember, where's my button at? Go sign up at theindoorfarmer.locals.com because everybody's got to eat. Love you. Bye.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Waylon the indoor farmer, check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm Waylon the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro set up, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor farming, the hustle's real. Waylon's here.